Live. Uh, yeah, alright. Just checking audio. Fixing my chat. There we go.
Live.
Beautiful. Yeah, alright. Just beautiful. Okay. Yep. Live. And going to knock out one more chapter. Probably. Got something to do later tonight, though. Alright. Alright. So, hey, maid, what's going on? We're gonna try and knock out one more chapter, but I got something going on. I gotta do something tonight. So, who knows? Who knows how that's gonna go? But I'm hoping to knock out at least one chapter. We're gonna be back with the detective man. Yeah, I saw your Buffy commentary. I think I've watched the original Buffy movie once ever. And I was not a major fan of it. I used to like the Buffy show as a kid, but I've not seen it in a very long time. It's too loud. All right, we should be in chapter 7. Excuse me. Chapter 3, The Forgotten Day. Excuse me. Choshiro Kirishima, or as I call him, Mangog. A private detective awakens. He finds himself in front of Haibara Hospital. Kirishima remembers that he was asked by Ruka's mother, Sayaka, to help Ruka, who had come to the island 10 years ago in the case of the 5 girls being kidnapped on the island. He'd rescued Ruka at her behest. Searching for Ruka, Kirishima stands before the hospital and sees the form of Yu Haibara, the murder suspect he'd been chasing on the mainland. Yu was the son of... I just realized this dude's name is Yo. Yo was the son of Shigeto Haibara, the director of Haibara Hospital, and a man of power on the island. Yo Haibara was clearly connected to the incident in which a group of girls were kidnapped and later discovered in the basement of the hospital. However, at the time, Yo Haibara couldn't be found, and so he escaped. After Kirishima left his job as a detective, he continued to chase after Yo Haibara. Maybe Ruka's also... ... Kirishima thinks this is related to the kidnapping incident 10 years ago and returns to where he discovered 5 girls, including Ruka. I would say that if only 3 seasons of your show is good, and I'm not going to back you up that only 3 seasons of Buffy are good, but to be honest, I couldn't tell you what parts of Buffy I've seen, so I can't say you're wrong. I can just say I don't super remember, but like... I would say if only 3 of your seasons are good, then I think what you would say isn't that the show is bad or anything. I think you would say that the first 3 seasons were good and then just leave it at that. Like, I think elaboration about what parts are good. Is that in my headphones or is there some kind of fucking war outside? Oh, okay, it's just some weird sound effect in the game that I can probably only hear because my headphones are on. But yeah, I think elaborating on what part would be good would be more apt in that case. Why is the camera so dark suddenly? Might try to sell off your Buffy Season 1 with the scratch-up disc and cash and money to buy the movie because a little chaos telling the Buffy separated about that because you know Reddit has no sense of humor. That's usually what I say. I say the show isn't very good and that it goes to shit after Season 3. Ruka isn't here. Didn't the elevator bell go off? Well, okay. That's still like... If we assume the first 3 seasons are good out of 7, right? That's like 30... What, like 38, 40% of the show that's good? He's at 160. Wait. No, wait, does that track? Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, saying it goes to shit after season 3 would be more apt in that case. But hold up, he's at what? Okay, we're gonna pull up my stream. Streamception. Shut up, me. Nobody gives a fuck about what you have to say. I want to know about these fucking crystal numbers. And this chapter is called Without Suffering, in which a group of girls were. Got her. Got her. Got her, motherfucker. Got her. Curse of the Doll has been broken. Confirm it then. That means that the blue crystals are the answer. Okay. Okay, no. So we confirmed it last time. Yeah, the 160 does track. Okay, so I really do have to figure out who to upgrade and who to not upgrade. Who the fuck made this system? Anyway. Next vampire thing you'll watch is Blade. Oh, I guarantee you that does not hold up. To be fair, I only ever liked Blade 1. And a major part of that is I fucking love Deacon Frost. Not to discount Wesley Snipes, because everyone loves Wesley Snipes, but... Maybe Underworld, because it was something I wanted to see as a kid, but was too young and it's not allowed. I've seen, like, 2 of the Underworld movies, and like, they are not good. September 29th, police station. On the hospital staff gave me a tip-off. One of the hospital staff gave me a tip-off. I'll search the hospital once again. September 29th, Haibara Hospital. I found the 5 girls safe in the sub-basement. Maybe I was just seeing things. But the girls' faces were... The ceremony of passage. The ceremony of passage? Again? What does it mean? Every time my mom doesn't tell me what dinner is and just says it'll be good, it usually mean, what did you eat? Liver stuffed with another liver. I'm not a liver fan. I know some people are. I should have read that. I didn't realize that was going to be a hole. This door, I don't remember seeing it being here back when I was a kid. Maybe I just didn't notice it. There's a small shrine set into the cave wall. Alright, well this is either a ghost door, or the guy was just paying attention to the flayed young girls. The flayed children had his attention. Fake vegan meat and some steamed vegetables and some yellowish round ball shit. Well, that just sounds like a good time. I don't know what you're complaining about. I'm worried that my mic is too far from my mouth, honestly. So tell me if my audio is a little fucky. I should probably mention I do not remember how this guy works. Somewhere here. Is it on the wall? It's got to be on the wall. It was on the wall. Blue crystals. 10 of them. The gap is too narrow. I think it might collapse if I try, so it's impossible to go through. Well, then it's a dead end, because... I don't want to die here. I heard a legend about the coming of the day without suffering. A legend that says that those who hide here are the ones that will survive. Someone performed it. The ceremony of passage. That woman has come. That woman's blooming. I saw her face. Warped, crushed, twisted, impure. I saw her face. Bloomin' face. Warped, crushed, bloomin', twisted, bloomin', impure. It's the end. Bloomin'. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. I don't... Should I know what's happening by now? Like, am I supposed to know what the ritual and the blooming shit is about, or because I kind of don't fully understand what's happening. Your friend is reading Twilight. I have actually read the first 4 Twilight books, is what I will say to that. And I have always been a staunch, lukewarm defender of Twilight. Very lukewarm defense of Twilight. It's not as bad as people say it is my defense of it. Said the first book was boring and too long, but not terrible. Said the second book, which he's currently reading, is a quote, so bad I swear some alien wrote this. Either I'm an extraterrestrial wrote this, or some fucking idiot. Okay, so... This is a very controversial opinion. I actually prefer the second Twilight book out of all of the other books. It has no plot, and I can totally understand why people wouldn't like it. But... but I kind of like the aspect of just, like, Bella fucking around with some werewolves. This leads to the doctor's office. He must be involved in the kidnappings. Like, I understand the dislike for the second book, but I think it's probably my favorite one. You know what I remember? This guy has too much fighting. Steamed vegetable is something like vegetables with some like dark brown rice looking stuff. It tastes like nothing. Then it ain't that hard to put in ya. Done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. When it comes to rice, not a huge fan of rice. We don't have a rice cooker. She uses a pot, so it either ends up having to boiled flavor or trans in soy sauce. It's actually really hard to cook rice, I would say. Like, I've seen rice get fucked up a lot. Sealed by a strong force. Okay. Well, the game is directing me upstairs. Okay. I think we can start forming an opinion on this game. One, there's a lot... Like, the game is sort of wrapped in this, like, mystery element, right? Like, so all of the other Fatal Frame games are like, hey, this is what the game is about. It's not. This is what the game is about. This is the crazy Shinto ritual. This is why we're doing it. Hellgate, right? That's like the basic idea behind Fatal Frame as a series. This one is like, ooh, what is the crazy ritual? Ooh, mysterious virus. Ooh, and I'm like, there's like 6 different terms. It's like budding, blooming, fucking something else. Like there's like the Luna Sedata syndrome, and it's like, is everyone who has a Luna Sedata, like, what is the difference between a bud and a bloom? I know the bloom is like when you're like full ghost bullshit, right? But like, so what's budding when the Luna Sedata is first setting in? I feel like this has been answered, and I feel like part of it is my problem and this confusion because it's been so long. Like, like too much time behind streams is causing me to forget what the fuck is happening. But I want a I want a document to come here and sort this shit out. But, like, even outside of that, I feel like the fact that the whole Shinto ritual stuff is, like, being portrayed as a mystery. What appears to be a corpse is covered by multiple pieces of cloth. Placed onto the face is the same type of mask that can be found all over this building. Like, okay, so, like, or other Fatal Frame games, for example, will tell you what the ritual is. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what the ritual is yet, is part of the problem. We know there's a dance. We know there's a lunar hellgate. We know people, and we know there's, like, it's connected somehow to, like, Luna Sedata, but we're not, like, I'm not clear. I'm not clear how it all connects. And then there's talks about, like, they seem to physically remove their face, but I thought them losing their face was just part of the blooming process. So I'm not clear. Like, I think the mystery element is partially making this more confusing than it needs to be. Also, you kind of need all of the characters to, like, serve a purpose. Like, for the fuck of me, I could not tell you what that dude was doing, like, why that guy was important in, like, Fatal Frame 3. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if you're gonna have multiple characters, they need to be doing something. And I think it's too early to say that the characters aren't all important right now. I think this is too early. But it does largely feel like it feels like Ruka's the main character, and then this guy's just kind of here, and then, like, that guy is pointless in 3. Yeah, that guy's just, like, pointless in 3, and, like, this guy just seems to be here, and Ruka feels like the main character, and then there's, what is it, Misaki? Who, don't get me wrong, is the most fun to play as, but, like, Misaki was already in the building when Ruka gets there. So it really just feels like Ruka's just retracing the steps of Misaki. So, So Misaki doesn't feel like she has a purpose either. Like, so far, everything seems to be centered around the character of Ruka, and all of the other characters just seem to be tangentially related to her, or related to the Luna Sedata. Like, they feel extraneous at this point. Maybe it'll come around. I think it's too early to judge that. But, like, right now, it feels like the majority of the player characters in this is unnecessary, and you could just be Ruka. There was supposed to be Miko from 1, Mio from 2, and Rei. But the last minute, they said, nah, fuck that, let's make a new character, and they made Mio and Mayu's fucking uncle, who apparently was friends with Rei's boyfriend and knew Miku's uncle. He's like a self-insert fanfic character. He is like a self-insert, but like not, but like is, though. That is a good comparison. That is kind of how he's written. Notice there are deficiencies in the records of recent deaths regarding designated records. Incineration must be carried out immediately. Please use the incinerator in the backyard of the old building for purpose. Anyway, yeah, what I'm saying is the writing of this game seems a little confusing compared to the other games. I'm willing to see if these other characters come online, but right now, everyone but Ruka seems pointless to me. Oh, okay, I know where that door is. Yeah, another thing is, like, there's this game has a Hellgate. This game has a mysterious virus that we have to solve the mystery of. It has a mysterious hospital, a mysterious cult, and a Shinto ritual. Like, it feels busy, the plot. It feels like there's too much going on with it. Suda51's brain broke because he couldn't make a weird self-aware game and had to make a straight horror game. An examination replies on the corpse. Name Tsubaki Tono, occupation nurse at Rugetsu Hall. There's also if I'm gonna put this out here, this is a problem with basically every Fatal Frame game, which is that there's too many characters and it's impossible to keep track of them all. Man, it's Fatal Frame, Resident Evil, Silent Hill crossover. Death report performed at the Utsuwa of the Rogetsu Kagura dance. Collapsed during the middle of the dance, cause unknown. According to testimonies, by the time the crowd had reached her, she was already dead. Cause of death, autopsy results do not indicate any external injuries or diseases. There was a suspected heart attack, but this has not been confirmed to the cause. Further notes, we cannot determine the condition of her face. The cause for this is unknown. Simultaneous death of the Shrine Maidens. Did the ceremony of passage impact the festival? By the way, the ceremony of passage is new, and it's like, if anything, I think this is the largest contributing factor to, like, I think the number one issue with the game, other than how it feels to play it, is I think the plot's too busy. Because, like, now we're adding in a new thing, which is Ceremony of Passage, which seems like they're trying to bring an apocalypse by summoning the Hellgate. But, like, I don't know. Like, and what's more is I don't feel like we've gotten the document required to create a proper through line between the Kagura dance, the Luna Sedata, and the disappearance of the island, of Rugetsu Island. Like, I don't feel like and I don't feel like we've gotten, like, the definitive reason why the girls got kidnapped either. It seems to be related to the Kagura dance, but, like, I don't know. Like, we're missing a lot of information, and I understand this is part of, like, it being wrapped in a mystery angle, but it also means we're, like, 7 chapters into the game, and I have no fucking clue what's happening. Fatal Frame, Ritual, Resident Evil Virus, Silent Hill Cult. 1 didn't have too many characters, neither did 2. 1, no, okay. Yeah, no, it kind of did. No, it really did. If you read all of the documents for... 1 had so many fucking characters, the game provides you a family tree. Are you kidding me? 1 had so many characters. One was super busy. September 17th, Rogetsu Diaz. The Kagura was interrupted. The Shrine Maiden collapsed and caused a panic. Blooming? The Ceremony of Passage? What is that? September 17th, Rogetsu Diaz. I didn't find Haibara during the festival. During the Kagura, this building is locked up. No one can get out. My intuition tells me to leave this place. But it's possible he's hiding out on this island. The investigation starts tomorrow. If Haibara has returned to this island, he'll have left traces. Yeah, now we're like chasing a random suspect, September 17th, Haibara Hospital. Technically we were doing that in Chapter 3 too, but the Shrine Maidens were already in cardiac arrest. The cause of their sudden death is unknown. September 17th, Haibara Hospital morgue. On this island, it appears to be custom for the dead to wear masks. This place, I don't have a good feeling about it. It's said it's better not to look, but to verify that person's identity, I have to take off the mask. I can't see the face. What happened? That picture I took confirms that the mold came from the person? What mold? No, don't add another layer to it. I was just starting to figure out how fucking blooming worked. All right, here's what here's what I think. Can we review documents? I am so like I said, a part of my confusion, I genuinely believe, is that it was a bit long between streams and I forgot some shit. Honestly, like. I will fully say that there is a good amount of it that is like kind of my fault, right? But I am pretty confident we have not missed. I would go so far as to say I doubt I have missed a single note. Here, let's just quickly... Let's just quickly reread all of the notes. I'll even do it in my head. Oh, hold on. Traditional gift of the Rogetsu Archipelago. Their ancient origin is not known, but they are made for the memorial service by parents who'd lost a child. Another island, Rogetsu Archipelago, delegates the Hozaki as unlucky, assuming they bring disaster. But Rogetsu Island is an exception. The dolls are placed in various locations and customs. Alright, here. Let's go through this. Shadows seen by mediums through the dead linger in a certain experience. The camera obscura was developed in the investigation... into the masks of Rogetsu Island, which we now have established are used for dead people. Dr. Asuo created a camera obscura. Okay, given my power exceeds expectations, is related to strong effect that photographing the shadows has on them. A medium would probably say this comes close to exorcism. My personal experience in the island significantly influenced my belief of the belief of old. I was asked to donate a camera obscura to the main attraction. There are shadows that can only be seen by mediums. Okay. Dr. Asuo note 2. Known as the island nearest to the underworld, long feared, however changed it seems no longer closed off the island. Once there was great disaster to destroy the island, but it started to recover. Instead of disliking the usual person, the interest is made of the cultural, Rogetsu, Kagura, ritual, many islands, beautiful clouded moon and carvings. I was welcome to the islanders, the point where it began to overwhelm me. I came to the island to search for material for my camera specific to this island's region. Rogetsu, the moon, is considered a religious artifact. The island, the moon, and the sun. When the moon is inside the sun with an eclipse, memory and personality, and consequently the soul are revealed. It is thought the soul remains even after the body is gone in the other world, and that the moon is the doorway to the other world. The moon is certainly a symbol of the other world. Okay, the souls of the dead return to the island during the Kagura dance and this is the main function of the island's mask. The shrine maidens wear the mask during the ritual, and it's believed that at this time, the moon makes contact between the world and the moon of the dead. A mask connected to the other world. There is more than one variety of mask on the island. Various types are used. By examining these masks, they'll surely make great advances in the research of the other world. How do you make money off of ugly shoes? Prototype proof of a research interested in descendants of the Oswo family. This is first successful copy of the camera obscura that I've thought as a strong example of my work. The first solid step toward conclusive evidence of the theory of my predecessor and I. It hasn't been attempted, but my theory that the dead may be sealed inside the film is feasible. However, Shinto priests and shrine maidens are sensitive spirits that has a strong effect on him. The reputation of its use is expected. This is Madoka's memo. Hold on. Dr. Asuo, Madoka, which is the girl that I think we play as at the very beginning of the game and then never again. A memo written in a notebook was torn to pieces while approaching Rogetsu Island with Misaki. Since the silhouette of Rogetsu has been visible, my heart's been aching. I don't remember anything, but I feel like I'm suffocating. Just Misaki said something. Now, we know Misaki is psychic, which is why she's the fucking greatest. We gotta keep that in mind. Misaki suddenly said she was going to Rogetsu, and I came along with her because I was worried. I'm worried Misaki was tricked into going to the island. She wouldn't tell me the reason for going back. Soon after the island, Misaki was starting to act coldly. Take my eyes off her, then we'll quickly be separated. And Marie and Tomoe, if I'm not with Misaki, then what might... Rogetsu Hall is past here, since she's also a ghost now. I think she's dead. I came back, my dizziness got worse, the air doesn't move, it hurts to breathe, it's the scent of this place until now. A sense of music made me remember things I'd forgotten, like when Rogetsu makes me listen to the song. Like the time when Ruka let me listen to the song she made. Although I remember some things, they aren't clear. Things are a sense of touch or pain. These words are just too vague. But this time it's different. From deep within me, a huge dark mass is going to crawl out. Someday it'll break through my mind. At least it'll be fine until if I wait until Ruka gets here as well. I bought ugly-ass shoes years ago, and someone said something like, Kanye West is going to do something stupid, and I'll sell these at a high price. And a couple of days ago, he said the time has come and showed me a bunch of money made off. Oh, shit. Okay, so he made money off some Yeezys. I gotcha. I mean, good on him, honestly. I will just... When I'm not reading this, we're going to have to talk about this Kanye situation, because it is fucking batshit. I will just write something. Anything is good. If I don't write anything, it'll just go away. If I don't write and forget, if I write, it's all over. If I forget, it's coming to an end. It's coming closer. It's coming closer. You're melting. Mother, help me, help. Everybody treats me like a toy. Stop shaking me. When I look at my face, I don't understand what's becoming. I don't know my own face. My own face. Two people, the same. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm getting pieces of this. I think I'm understanding. I understand it's on my face. I don't understand it's crumbling, but I remembered Ayako's face. Ayako is fucking invincible murder girl. How am I coping? Oh, I'm fine. You'd have to be completely You'd have to be completely disillusioned to not know that Kanye was a shithead the entire time. A black Nazi, like a high elf stormcloak. I was screaming Ayako's face, a hand grabbing me, a mask coming closer, the color of blood, red, that music, a ruined face. No, I don't want to see. Like, I've always known Kanye was a fucking dickhead. To this extent is surprising. But I don't, like, let's be honest, my entire reality has not been rewritten. I'm just like, yup. Oh, no, yeah, for sure. Anyway, I gotta read through this. We will fucking talk about this situation. I don't want to see. I remember we were chosen. It hurts. Everything was close to him. I can't see. Come quick. Want to come close. The moon is calling me back. The moon in a dark place without a moon. That room. A memo written in a notebook that was torn to pieces. I was a substitute is written on it. I wonder if you met that child. As a child, that special person you spoke of, even though I felt that I may have been a replacement, a toy for that person, I was happy when I was your toy instead of her. I was scared that you would remember her. I was always scared. But if you would only ever see me, if you would forget, then I would be happy. I'll return to my room now. You will also return to your room and return to that child. It's okay to remember now. It's okay. It's okay. If we die together. Everything is vanishing. I realize when staring at the moon that my awareness is beginning to return a little. That's why here, I'll finish it. Will that song help me remember? I've forgotten about it to regain that memory, but if I remember, everything's vanishing. Everything's vanishing. Ah. It's all over. Okay, written about not being able to sleep. August 9th, evening, bedtime, can't get to sleep, scared, dark, I can see my face in the window. When I see my face in the window, it looks strange. My eyes look strange, my nose looks strange. Okay, my mouth looks strange, my head feels strange. I want to get rid of Ayako, but I feel like if I do, I'll lose something. That's why I hope I can. Yo, is Madoka actually Ayako? No, wait. No, we have evidence to believe that they're not, right? Hold on. Dear Madoka, how are you? Have you decided on a name for the canary I gave you? I'm sorry for... No, because Ayako tormented Madoka, right? Yeah, because Ayako killed the canary. I'm sorry for leaving you alone all the time, but I'm always thinking about you. Take the crayons with you, okay? You like drawing pictures, so I'm sure it'll make you happy. Doctor said he also likes it. He says drawing pictures will help you get better, so please draw. I think it's very... frightening that you're forgetting so many things. But Madoka, you are from the Tsukimori family, so the moon will always protect you. That's why there's no need to worry. Do as Dr. Haibara says. Be a good girl for mother. I'll come see you again soon. Love your mother. Ayako is a real person. You fight her ghost. Yeah, but are we fighting her ghost or are we fighting her ghost personality? All right, Kirishima Notebook. Newspaper clipping inside. 5 girls went missing 2 weeks ago. Were found taken into percussive custody. They are Misaki Asuo, Marie Shinomiya, Madoka Tsukimori, Tomoe Nanamura, and Ruka Yomatsuki. So Misaki Asuo is psychic. She is also, I believe, related to the doctor who created the duplicate camera Obscura. Marie Shinomiya, I believe, is dead. Madoka Tsukimori is dead, but she died in the prologue of the game. And she's the one who's very clearly going full bloom on our asses. Tomoe Nanamura, I think, is also dead, and then there's Ruka Tsukimori, who is the main character. This incident occurred on the same day as the Rigetsu. They disappeared, or they were found? They were found. On the same day as the Rigetsu Kagura dance in a series of mysterious incidents. Clearly the girls are... So there are 5 of them. Yep, and there are 5 girls as part of the painting for the Kogetsu Kagura dance, and then there's also the distorted image where their face is blue. Clearly the 5 girls were used as part of the Kogetsu Kagura dance. Very clearly. Which means that they should have had their faces removed, but having their faces removed might be a metaphor for allowing the blooming from the Luna Sedata syndrome. Girls' disappearances attracted some attention. They were placed in protective custody yesterday in Nobody Gives a Shit by Mangog. They were found on the premises of Habara and their identities were confirmed. The police are pursuing the personnel at Habara as material witnesses for the kidnapping of the girls. Alright, now let's get to Ruka's diary. Ruka is the main character, so this is very important. Since coming to the hospital, I feel better. I made friends with a girl my age, and the nurses are really nice, but sometimes I get sad. Why do I have to wear a mask? Why am I the same as my father? See, this is fucking interesting. Why does she have to wear a mask? When the doctor plays that music to me, I remember all the horrible... For the record, I don't think we're going to get the answer to Ruka's mystery, because I think that's endgame shit. I think there's going to be a twist at the end of, like, chapter 11, and that's when we're like, oh, shit! But, like... So I'm not expecting to get the answer. I just want to know what the fuck is up with Luna Sedata. When the doctor plays the music, I remember all the horrible things. I want to become better soon for my mother, so I want to remember, but I'm scared. About the house, about the mask, about my father, father's back, father turning around, and the writing becomes illegible. Today I played at the garden again, and because it's the workshop, I hear a grinding noise. I thought it was father, but it wasn't. I didn't get to see him after all. Father is always making masks. So father is clearly the guy who fucking invincible ghost boss. When father doesn't stroke my head, but we already knew that, because we had the flashback scene. Stroke my head, I feel lonely. When he doesn't hug me, it's boring. I asked mother when he'll be done working, but I didn't get an answer. Ruka Diary 3. Tomorrow is the day of the festival. I can see the mask dancing. I can't wait to see the festival with everyone. But if I put on a mask, will I forget about everything again? I can see the mask dancing. Okay. This illness makes me lose my memories. I remember being sick, but the people who I can't meet anymore, the people who have died, my father, they all disappear. If I try to remember, I start feeling scared. But if I don't remember, my father will disappear. I wonder if the father I can remember will die. I'm scared. I'm scared of remembering, but please don't despair. I wonder if, because we know that the masks are modeled off of the faces of people who die. We know that the Kagura dance is done at the day of the eclipse, and it's supposed to bridge the gap between the spiritual world. I wonder if what is happening is the girls are becoming possessed by the spirits of the dead. Like, I wonder if they're getting possessed by ghosts. This is a torn diary from Misaki's handwriting. I am falling apart, and it feels good. Sometimes old things fall apart, sometimes new things do too. New toys, too. The Misaki in the mirror is also a falling apart. It feels good. Falling apart feels good. But Kame is special so it feels even better. Is special being together, always being together. Being together makes me get better. It would be good if we all got better soon. If so, we could all play outside again. This is a boy's diary. Boys do not exist. Today I found it again. The time happening in the dining room, it was the mask. They can't take it away. They aren't allowed to. They have to give it back. I found it today. I hid the mask well under the bed. They won't take it again. They came and took it. Don't follow me. It's here. Someone stole it. If they don't return it soon, it'll disappear fast. Who was it? Give it back. Disappear. Give it back. This is Crayon Drawings. It talks about a surgery. Yesterday, they did the surgery. There was a person who got worse after they had the surgery done, so I refused. The doctor said it's okay. Since the operation, my brain has turned red. It hurt so much I couldn't stand it. Afterwards, my hair was gone. Blood flows along with the tears. It's okay. My head is now red. It's melting. It's okay if it melts. So this is probably Misaki. I hate the surgery. I said no, but he doesn't listen. It hurts. The doctor will do surgery again tomorrow. I don't want the surgery. Stupid surgery. More surgery tomorrow. I hate it. It hurts. It hurts. The hurt is fun. The surgery is fun. And it hurts. Okay, cool. Second floor nurse log number 1. Children playing pranks on the second floor of the release code. Who gives a shit? It's a password game. The release code. It's getting, well, searching for it. Please note the director said to be more careful with the officer furniture to prevent an incident. Okay, who cares? That's nothing. Today's report, it's about Ayako from room 207. Around 3, I heard Madoka crying. So this does confirm Ayako is not Madoka. Maybe. Her pet... Well, no, it doesn't. It actually doesn't. Madoka's crying and hurried over to her, head cut off with scissors. Ayako stood there holding the bloody... Okay, no, okay, yeah, so they've stayed in the same room. Okay, so they're not the same. So who the fuck is Ayako, then? It was obvious what she'd done. She just kept laughing despite her scolding. It was though she had no second thoughts. Her mischief has gone too far. It's not her ability to distinguish right from wrong. Beginning with Mocha, I'm starting to worry. The influence Ayako is having on the other children isn't good. With the director, I haven't been able to devise an effective treatment for her. Items to note, we attempted to broadcast the experimental music inside the building from midday. As usual, we chose part of the Lunar Melody. At the time, we confirmed that some patients showed an unusually strong reaction, a positive effect noted in the patients, so there is a possibility we repeat it. However, at session, we confirmed that there was a less positive reaction than we previously thought, and the result were not entirely positive. Many puzzling things about the patient's behavior, so the music therapy, please be careful, not all sending through. Who cares? Today's duties, the passwords changed. With advanced symptoms are on the 3rd floor. The doors are closed so they don't wander. Nert knows. Stagnant error, hospital staff are dying, and patients are mysteriously disappearing. There's sorrowful presence here. Ever since that day, the behavior of the patients becomes strange. That day, the day of the dance. The doctor and nurses are being crushed by the atmosphere. After Tsubaki died on the 3rd floor, I have taken charge of her duties until new people can be hired to take over. There was no one. I maintained contact with the patient, left the hospital. The child that was kidnapped and found safely. When the child's room was cleaned, I found her mother's diary. The mother and child have left the island now, and they won't be coming back to get it soon. Interesting. The child that was kidnapped is got to be Ruka, right? When the child's room was cleaned, I found her mother's diary. They left the island. They won't be coming back soon. All it held was painful memories that placed the island where they grew up. They may come back someday. Until that day, it's important to keep her safe. Now, Tsubaki is not the name of one of the girls, right? No, it's Tsukimori. But it is another Tsu name. Let's see. Assistant notes. Recognized, and I was appointed assistant to Dr. Haibara. He was the leading researcher on Lunar Siddhartha. For everything to tell them materials, Lunar Siddhartha is a mental order considering a mental defects and other symptoms such as sleepwalking. Many things are shrouded in mystery. Why is it limited to this island? What causes it? The question to be described. Dr. Haibara's approach and are unprecedented, predicted. Erroneous ritual methods, the use of a so-called lunar melody, which I fear will cause a stir in world psychoanalysis. What's truly fascinating is research does not only lead to a method of treating mental illness, but advanced theory of memories influence the soul. The work under Haibara is a valuable experience. Okay, moving on. At Haibara, I have a chance to actually observe patients. This is my first time with the patients of the disease face-to-face. There's something unsettling about this disease. I can't tell you what it is. With Lunar Siddhartha, the memory and self-awareness deteriorate in such a manner that their whole personality breaks down. The patient's memories are forgotten. They become unable to do anything and die. Okay, so according to this, they just... It's Alzheimer's, basically. Before that stage of the disease, most patients choose some other form of more natural death. The patient's gradually broken, like being drunk on this terrible disease, and you can see their body tremble. Even Dr. Haibara, who thinks that Lunar Siddhartha is endemic, is a unique disease, cannot quite grasp a decisive treatment. The doctor's treatment focused on surgery and folk remedies, confronting the disease with many different cures. Tomorrow I plan on researching these treatments in more detail. First off, I do not believe that this guy is not just making the problem worse. Daily treatment of Lunar Siddhartha continue. Well, no, because we do know what makes it worse. Because he kept playing the Lunar Siddhartha, and there was evidence that it was causing the problem to get worse. Well, but he did say he was doing it out of... I guess we'll see. Daily treatment of Lunar Siddhartha continues. While we're making progress with Dr. Haibara's treatment methods are different from what I accept the medical practice. I feel quite confused. Tends his own unique methods as honoring the island's customs using traditional methods. It's especially true for treatments with their own special temples, such as unthinkable in other hospitals. What leaves me in greater discomfort is the language used in the hospital, which bears no resemblance to proper medical terminology. I feel like note 1, this guy's like, yo, the doctor's really cool. Note 2 is like, the guy's like, this is weird. Note 3 is like, this place doesn't seem like a hospital. Patients who progress rate show fear of mirrors, water, or other items that are able to reflect their faces. Judging from their behavior, there must be moments when the patient feels that his or her face is that it's not his or her face reflected in the mirror. On the island, this is called budding. So budding is when your concept of your identity begins to break down. So it's basically you get Lunar Siddhartha. This is the onset. Then budding is once your reflection starts to not look right. As a regular. Furthermore, a state called blooming is the most feared. I don't know what the state is, but everybody reacts strongly and pales at the word blooming. So blooming is clearly when you go full mask off, right? Apparently, the story goes that the person who is budding can see their own face in this probably blooming state is what is meant. Of course, the sense of the word is not just to have budded. Upon seeing the face of another more severe patient, the symptom seems to have transferred. Which is called resonance. Interesting. So people with Lunar Siddhartha can transfer, which is probably why Ruka had a sort of budding moment at the beginning of the game when she saw Madoka. But surely this can't be so extreme. It's difficult to imagine, but there might be a contagious form of Lunar Siddhartha. And now, starting tomorrow, Dr. Haibara is letting me do the preparations. I wonder what the so-called ceremony of passage... Oh my god. Okay. Treatment method is. What am I supposed to do? All this leaves me quite concerned. Okay. It's starting to pop. Alright. My family's been protecting and continuing the ritual. These are Dr. Haibara's notes. So this is the big man on campus. At the same time, they fought against the Lunar Siddhartha syndrome as spiritual healers. For me, I protect the teaching of the Haibara, and I built a hospital to treat Lunar Siddhartha from a medical perspective. I believe my mission to research Lunar Siddhartha is a combination of traditional and medical methods. The inhabitants of the islands once tracked investigations of human soul with their own original methods. One of these methods was the Kagura mess. In the Kagura dance, the Utsuwa, which means vessel, wears a mask, listens intently to the music, which is probably the lunar melody, and loses himself within it. Okay, so the lunar melody probably does make the problem worse, so it's weird that he was seeing this as treatment. The Kanada's mask regulates the rhythm and beat of the dance. By wearing mask, various parts of the human brain are stimulated. This is truly interesting. The possibility of the mask having power over the brain must be explored. So that door that... So this guy probably just made the fucking problem worse because he has no fucking clue what he's doing. The door to that untouched area is now open. This was once the ultimate end to the Rigetsu Kagura dance. No, it was likely the ceremony of passage's true form. The ceremony is a potent way to enter the mind's abyss. But because it caused disaster, the ceremony has stopped a long time ago before the taboo. So the central mystery is we need to know what the ceremony is. That terrible tradition of disaster. However, in order to overcome the illness, we must venture into the taboo. The lunar eclipse occurs every 10 years. This opportunity to reform it again must not escape. We have no choice. So this guy had zero fucking clue what he was doing. He was entirely incompetent. Written in a black notebook about the relationship between memory and music. Music and memory are closely linked. I've seen several cases where people regain memories in the form of music. There's a woman that, among my patients too, she regained one of her memories through music. She continued to play various pieces on the piano, as if she could touch the inner self with the music. At one point, she would repeat the same piece over and over, changing the scale a little again, but maybe the piece of music connected to the memory spirit inside of her surprisingly her condition improved. But she committed suicide when her memory returned. It was a failure, but it's certain that the music is able to touch deep part of the person cannot be reached with words. There was something similar music on this island. I remember vaguely hearing it as a child. I believe it was called Lunar Melody. There's several songs in the moon, but I remember this one was used in a ritual prayer. Most of the melodies of the moon are oral traditions, but there must be documents somewhere old notes or skirts. Good thing I returned. This is Black 2. Asked Ayako about the girl's files that I sent for. Of all the girls in the files that she knows, Ayako likes Madoka best, a toy with a beautiful color inside. Interesting. So, Madoka was referencing Ayako as the toy. Like, Madoka was referencing Ayako as the one using her as a toy, a beautiful color inside. The girl called Ruka has almost become broken, but it seems that she's not permanently damaged, so she's clearly losing herself to Luna Sadata. Because her sensitivity sounded so high, even after trying so many things, it's not too late. The lunar melody's been passed down since ancient times and remains in this island. What would happen if I made her hear that song? Transferring the ancient musical score to a modern one is strenuous, but it will lead me to necessary musical phrases. Maybe this is a clue. Ayako said she doesn't like Misaki, the one with the sharp senses, because Ayako doesn't understand how she knows things. The girl dressed in black, who is always with them, she doesn't like her... with them. She doesn't like her either. Ayako hates her for disturbing her while playing with her toys, it seems. Anyway, Misaki and the girl have the same psychic abilities. This girl, this body, it seems they will be useful. So it seems like Ayako might also be psychic. And then when we go back to Madoka... I may have only been a replacement, a toy for that person. I was happy when I was in your house instead of her. I was scared that you would remember her. I always scared, but if you would only ever see me, if you'd forget, then I'd be real happy. I'll return my noom now. You also return to your room and return to that child. It's okay to remember. It's okay. It's okay. If we die together. What the fuck is happening? Okay, that's interesting. Alright, so there's like a plot thread going on there somehow. Alright, Sayaka's diary. Who the fuck was Sayaka? I saw Ruka standing... Oh, it's Sayaka's Ruka's mom in the moonlit garden. I don't know what she's holding. She stood there with a blank expression. Ruka seemed frightened. She sees herself in the mirror. Before she blooms, I have to consult Haibara. If I don't, it'll be too late to see a doctor. Ruka would have had this problem for some time. Someday, when Ruka's cured, I'll see her smile. He's put the mask on Ruka. Various masks were placed before the altar. Is this what caused Ruka to suffer from the disease? He's changed. The time he spends confined in his workshop increases daily. And after he returns from the workshop, I feel as though he isn't telling me something. His eyes have fallen deeply into shadow. There's an increasing sense of darkness, but the strange, brilliant glow in his eyes only increases with each day. The color of irritation is visible in the words he speaks. Now, when he's pursuing, he won't talk to me about it. However, he's clearly completely dedicated to it, even obsessed. What is he going to do? When I think about it... Whoopsie. My faith in him wavers. When all this work is finished, will Soya come back? Perhaps he'll never return. Soya, I think, is Ruka's dad. So I think Sayaka is Ruka's mom. Such thoughts have left my mind. He's so different now from the Soya I knew. I have to keep Ruka away from him. Okay. So Ruka's dad put a mask on her, and it accelerated her into a budding stage, is what I'm getting. Ruka, I'm sorry, I don't think I can take it more. When I heard the detective how you were found, everything I believed was collapsed with a noise. They say that the tunnel they found you in was connected to the elevator shaft in Hybara. I realized putting you into that hospital and asking Hybara to cure you was nothing of a mistake. And when I heard about the condition your clothes were in when I found you in the tunnel, I was like, who would have thought that that person was involved? To imagine that murderer was really involved in all this. There isn't any place that can offer us peace anymore. Mr. Kirishima said it was unreasonable for me to take me to the place where he found you from the first floor where it gets to a hallway corridor crossing the Hybara Hospital. The basement, there's no elevator, it goes down, so that's where you were against the old tunnel where the hospital construction, right under the moon reflection well. Only a thin light shines down from the darkness of the well. The cold air in that place makes the body tremble. When I stood there, I could only cry, but then what happened to you? Why did your heart break? Your memories vanished. Dr. Katagiri said, even if your memory doesn't return, you're fortunate to survive. For now, we must try not to upset the balance of your barely maintained mental state. For now, it's impossible for you to recover slowly in normal life, but you probably won't remember anything from before you lost your memory. What reason do you have to remember would only break your heart? Just maybe there's a chance that you may bloom. It'll be hard to lose our irreplaceable memories. We forget things of the past. We'll remember what happened to us. We should only look forward, holding our hands from now on, and we remember only the good things. This entire stream is probably going to be me reading shit. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I don't think we're going to get to any actual gameplay. I think this is going to be the I read shit stream. Lately, I can't shake off this feeling. Back then, and I told you my feelings for the first time, you refused to smile and just laughed a little. I always wanted to see you smile like that. Shall we go for a walk somewhere? This is Kengari Sendo. Written about life and death. I was born dead. You were not. Even though the same blood flowed with us, so you lived to die. If you could truly live while dying, the two of us could return to our small room. It was possible to live without die, without death. The two halves of the closed shell, like the amaryllis flower, without death, continuing to bloom for eternity. You are me, you are me, you become me. I'm here, where I'll go on blooming. Kaoru Sendo. More like, I read shit and then forget about next week's stream. Letter wrapped in a sealed envelope addressed to Kagari Sendo. Well, the sheer bulk of this is going to make it hard to forget. If you can forgive me, then we can. When I pushed you over, it was on purpose. I pushed you over the edge, but I will be forgiven because of me. When in the darkness, must accept the darkness inside and not leave you. I understand where I hid you, where you continue to look for me. No matter where I will leave you, never give up. So the only way is to pray the light shines into the darkness. Kagori Sendo. No, because Soya is Ruka's dad, right? So I have no idea who the fuck the Sendos are. Was Sendo one of the... Let's real quick swing ourselves back to Kirishima's notebook, and I don't know who Sendo is. Okay, well... Apparently there's two people named Sendo, and I do not know who either of them are. Magaki is also a new character we're going to have to deal with here. The vision makes me pick up the brush. Black silent was not there. No one, nothing. Moment, my memory painted black, filled with more and more black. However, only the vision stands out in total blackness. You change from my memory being burned away. I received the vision. The village has changed, looking through a kaleidoscope. That moment in the fixed light, drilling through the darkness. I was born, I was born, I was born, I was born. Ayako's memo. Here we go. Psychic girl number 2. Nurse came again, told me I was too noisy. When I made a little cut and pulled the scissors back, she gave an ugly howl. I hated her ugly insides. The things I like are much prettier. Crushed insects, torn hands, wet red flesh, the loud scream before they go still. These things will disappear soon. Everyone else collects things that they think are pretty. The doctor told me that collecting things might help my illness. So I collect these things, pretty things, collecting more and more. Unless I collect these things, the inside of me. The letter after this is too messy to read. Torn memo, help me, you. You reference Yo is the name of the murderer. Yo is the name of the murderer. That's right. Yes. Yo was the murderer suspect. What happened? Who was that guy outside? His face was all messed up. Help me, yo. It's so noisy outside. The face looks like a cracked egg, like a smashed butterfly, like an open stomach. Such a messed up face. After looking at the face inside my head, it got so noisy. So this is someone contacting Yo until I get all messed up. I'll wait here. Wait, mother. Unfortunately, I don't remember. I think his name was Yo Sendo, wasn't it? Unfortunately, I don't think I have anything on specifically who this did. I know the guy's name was Yo, but... Hold on. I think there is a way to find this out. It's our friendly neighborhood. This stream, I'm just going to back it the fuck. I can't back it up. I can't back it up because I'm live. No, I can. Maybe Ruka at her behest. Searching for Ruka Kirishima stands... Okay, hold on. Yo Haibara. Okay, so Haibara as in Haibara Hospital. Okay. Well, no, wait. Okay. Yo Haibara. But no, hold on. Is Yo Haibara the guy who owns the... Is Yo Haibara the doctor? I don't think he's the doctor, right? Uh, 10 years ago, 5 girls kidnapped on the island. Yo Haibara, murder suspect who'd been chasing on the mainland. Yo is the son of Shigeto Haibara, so this is the son of the director. Okay, got it. You know what? Let's just reread the entire fucking intro to this. Yo could not be found. He escaped after Kirishima. Okay. So Yo Haibara is the son of the director, but I do not believe he is the doctor. The director of the Haibara Hospital and a man of power. Yeah, I don't think he was the doctor. He may or may not be the doctor. It is actually not clear. Female patient note. When you see this, I will no longer be in this world. When my mother gave birth to me, she died in order to let me live, to protect me. My father and my brother died in the accident to protect me. What kept me alive after the deaths is the memory I have of them and the terrible guilt I feel being alive. The illness is robbing me of even that. The family that only exists in my memory is slowly being killed off. I can't take it anymore. Living while slowly losing the memory of the people who are dearest to me. Still, the most frightening thing is losing the guilt I feel. I'm not afraid of killing my family once again. I will leave this world with what little memories I have, as long as I'm still me. Scribbled note... She came is written on it. I don't want to die here. I heard a legend about the coming of the day without suffering. A legend that those who hide were the only ones that will survive. Someone performed it. This ceremony of passage. That woman has come. That woman's blooming. I saw her face. Warped, crushed, twisted, impure. I saw her blooming, warped face. I wonder if the ceremony of passage is what causes the budding to turn into blooming. And that motherfucker bloomed like 5 people. I'm at the final dungeon of Knocker and the big-ass fuck you tower, because it wouldn't be a Mega 10 game without it. Alright, let's head through the files now. Spare museum key. Nobody cares. Instructions. Second, this is nothing. Encrypted memo. This is nothing. Elevator usage. This is nothing. Rugetsu Hall floor. This is... it was Dr. Asu stayed when he came to Rugetsu Island. The room was renovated as an exhibit to tell the reviewers. The water moon pool in the courtyard and the moonflower garden opened to only anyone July through August. To employees, it's strictly prohibited to enter any rooms in the break room in the reservoir. Second floor assignment list. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Room 203. Madoka Tsukimori. Special notes. Introverted, and it seems another patient of her age is bullying her. Please keep an eye on her. So these are the second floor patients. So these are the ones who are not that bad. Iori Iba, who we do not know who this is. Previous to the death of Miss Hinemua, the patient was to be moved to Haibara Hospital proper. She confined herself in a room and refused to leave. Her required to use excessive force in moving the patient. Be prepared for who gives a shit. Yoriko Sonohara, there's no reaction when she looks in mirror. She's not yet budding. However, emotions and interactions are unstable. Deterioration extremely unstable from a worsening. Please. Okay, so far these are nobody. So far these are not important people. Kazuto Amaki, that's the little kid, right? Terrible stealing habit. Does not heed warnings. Please make a report if you find anything reclaiming stolen property will anger him unnecessarily, but if you ask him politely, he won't resist when he returns the items. Just Ayako. Just Ayako. She didn't need a last name. Strong, aggressive personality, cruel pranks that cause problems and injures for the staff, including she cut my ear with a knife. Please monitor each person carefully. Third floor. These are the ones who are really fucked up. These are the bad ones. Kicking us off, Ruka Yomatsuki. Ever since the new Pokemon Persona fans have leveled up, they got their own play a real Shin Megami Tensei game. Apparently, they just tell Pokemon fans to play Persona 5 instead. Daughter from the Yomatsuki Hospital, a report on the results of the attempted music therapy is requested. Please inform the director about... So the director is Haibara. Okay, so Yo's just like the son of this guy. Condition, which lunar melody she reacted to. Yoko Magaki. This is still not a character that super matters. We've seen a thing from Yoko. Oh, hold on. Notable for substantial financial contribution to the hospital. Patients, irritable, do not enter his room while he is painting. Please make very certain to absolutely never touch his paintings. Misaki Asuo. This is the psychic. Daughter of the Asuo, admitted by request. She will receive special examination from the director. Considering her constitution, please pay attention not to bring her in contact with patient on the 4th floor. Kagari Sendo. Sendo household. The treatment is undertaken by her family doctor. The Sendo house administered. Please ensure that there are no interferences with treatment process. Thank you. Okay, so if we go back to books, we have Magaki, who is the artist. And this is Kagari Sendo. Okay, who was clearly budding like fucking crazy when she wrote that. Alright. Ayako. Patient demonstrated a knack of empathy with occasional memory merriment. Notably, she feels joy when hurting living things. Her ego restricts her aggressive tendencies to specifically targets. Patients have tend deeply attached to some object during convalescence, but she's not shown any externalized behavior. Progress of Luna Sadata is mild, but requires further observation. Asaki Hizuki. This is not an important character so far. Age 6. Typical behavior. She's a floor tour. Frightened of mirrors and reported symptoms of memory impairment. She's been diagnosed with Luna Sadata. If she's frightened of mirrors, that means she's going into the budding stage. The condition is severe. Why is she not going to 3rd floor? I'm doing instructions Habara there to perform surgical procedure next week. She is the one that got the surgery that fucking... This dude really was just melting people's fucking brains. The surgery for Luna Sadata performed twice on other severe patients, but no conclusion have reached the effectiveness. Wow, he really just grabbed some fucking 6-year-old girl and melted her. An early treatment of Luna Sadata syndrome, surgery performed regardless, and the details will be recorded or reported at a later date. Please ensure confidentiality information for the sake of the patient. Jesus Christ, okay. Misaki Asuo, age 7, floor 3. Seems questionable whether the patient is budding or not. Her memory impairment is becoming considerably worse. Her self-recognition is becoming more vague, and when she sees herself in the mirror, she's terrified. Sounds like she's fucking budding. As soon as the characteristic symptoms of advanced Luna Sadata become obvious, she'll be diagnosed with Luna Sadata syndrome. The disease is rapidly progressing and is becoming more severe. In the patient's case, it's clear that the progression of her Luna Sadata is related to the psychic disposition of the patients in the room 412, Hyogetsu. We still don't know what's on the floor 12, on what's on floor 4. We know floor 3 is the advanced symptoms. So whatever happened in floor 4 was fucked up. It's extremely difficult to cure female patients in whom the onset occurs before the ages of 10 to 12. It appears likely the conditions will have a strong impact on her psychologically. Everyone should be thoroughly observed her condition and record in detail. Special notes of treatment for the patient in 412 been decided. The treatment of the patient in 412 may potentially lead to a cure. So we don't know who 412 is. She has strong attachment to Mia, who tends to stabilize her condition and will request that they not be separated unreasonably. And who is Mia? We don't know who Mia is. Okay. Post-mortem of Asagi Hizuki. We just got this stream, I believe. Age 6. Rapidly deteriorated during second post-op surgery for Luna Sadata. Well, yeah, fucking no shit. Midnight, she suddenly entered a state of confusion. Doctor provided first aid and sedation, but proved ineffectual. She died shortly after. Cause of death unknown. Maybe your dumb shit surgery. Thought to be from rapid worsening of development accompanied by general physical family. Okay. We have Tsubaki Tono. Occupation nurse. Okay. Performed as the Uetsua of Rogetsu Kagura dance, collapsed during the middle of the dance, cause unknown. According to the testimony, by the time Crown reached her, she was already dead. Cause of death do not indicate external injuries or diseases. The respected heart attack does not confirm case. Interesting. We cannot determine the condition of her face. Oh, shit. So she just straight bloomed. Simultaneous death of shrine maidens. Did the ceremony of passage impact the festival? Was it caused by the mask which was used? Usage of masks has long been tabooed. Yeah, they straight bloomed a bitch. Like, from, I think it went from 0 to 100 is what. So ceremony of passage is what's causing the blooming, right? Their deficiency in the records of recent deaths regarding designated records, incineration must be carried out using incinerator. Note, 6 p.m. tomorrow, there's been an explanation regarding musical therapy, and nurse in charge of the building 2F, musical score, who gives a shit, hospitalized patients. A new patient, Ayako, will be admitted to room 207. Ayako is being referred by Haibara. Therefore, we want to exercise utmost care to make her stay out of our institution as possible. Everyone, please treat Ayako with the greatest... I think I know what happened. I think they used Ayako as the Uetsua, and I think it went very, very wrong very, very quickly. Regarding Luna Sedata, please take note of the nighttime habits of the patients. Contact me to confirm the symptoms. Night of the full moon, patrols. What is this? What is going on? Okay. Newspaper Dr. Asua's visit to Rigetsu Island. Recently renowned expert on paranormal science, Dr. Kunuhiku Asuo. I assume that's the ancestor for Misaki. His doctor's longtime wish as a folklore expert to visit our island and study our tradition. Furthermore, he plans to travel tomorrow to observe the Rigetsu Kagura. During the occasion, many visitors from the mainland expect to visit. Subsequent visit the Rigetsu Hall. Dr. Asuo resided left over in the public reference study room. Suspicious deaths during 4:30 when the captain of the Oboromaru arrived at the Rigetsu Island port. He reported that many of the islanders have been killed. Okay. At the time of the discovery, the police were concerned the group had been infected by an endemic. They were found in a horrific state, covering their faces with their hands. Where there are islanders remaining? Traces of the remaining islanders have been seen on the island, but the survivors have yet to be discovered. At the same time, the bodies were recovered by the police will continue search. Despite the fact that many of the islanders are dead or missing, there were no evidence of accident or struggle. The islanders appear to have suddenly disappeared at the scene, and the police have announced the necks of the bodies were unnaturally twisted. So I think what happened is they used the ceremony of passage, and probably, I'm going to go with, they probably tried to use Ayako as the Uetsua, and it fucking broke everything. It's like SpongeBob when he isn't in water? What's that mean? Mystery of the group disappearance case deepens. 2 weeks have passed since the investigation. The islanders' whereabouts are unknown. The group disappeared at Rigetsu during the summer. Even from the start of the investigation, there were fears and search would be to continue. The islanders' cause of death is not known. It's been ascertained that the group did not counteract the plague. However, it did not contract the plague. So this doesn't appear to have been caused by a blooming. There's no specific cause of death. I imagine the heart attack is probably similar to what happened when Tsukimori died. Officials have said that there's a suspected connection with covering their faces with their hands and their contorted, twisted facial expressions. Death of the last survivor of the mass disappearance. At 10 a.m., it was announced the hospitalized girl, the last survivor of the case of the Rigetsu disappearances, Colonel Rigetsu, has died. The cause of death was shock compounded by physical frailty. I have to mute desktop audio for this. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I still don't get it. Okay. Darkness closes in the case of mysterious disappearance. It's been half a year since the Islanders of Reiatsu disappeared. The case is falling into oblivion, but we ourselves want to investigate the history of darkness that's surrounding keys to solving this mystery. Mysterious disease, Luna Sedata. We turned our attention to Luna Sedata that only exists on the island. Taking medical specialists, we learned that it is a kind of memory loss characterized by symptoms such as sleepwalking and dancing as if possessed. Because what happened last time you had to read for so long, you sounded half dead. I honestly, it's not even that rough of a read right now. Return of the disaster etched in the island's history. According to folklorists familiar with the island's history, this syndrome has been feared by the island as a contagious disease since ancient time. Furthermore, there's a long tradition of a large number of islanders vanishing. What reason syndrome were spread amongst a large group? The island's fully surrounded by sea, so it's not difficult to know what would happen to a person wandering robbed of his senses. Tourism affected by a cause. A bizarre festival, the Rugetsu Kagura, is performed on the island to soothe the ghosts of the dead. At the time, the incident concerns were voiced by the efforts to draw tourists for the Kagura. Deathlessness, the last known survivor of a young girl, took her last breath at the hospital some days ago. What did the girl who kept mothering mother on her deathbed see? Only Rugetsu Island knows for sure. The island will remain shrouded in mystery. Interesting. Now, hold on. Here we go. Torn memo. Help me, yo. So we don't know who wrote this. Yeah, we don't know who wrote that. Okay. Every 10 years, Rugetsu Island, biggest ritual performed, highlighted the festival. Shrine maiden known as the Utsuwa and several handmaidens called the Kanada, meaning accompanists, are the lead roles in the mysterious dance. Thank you for visiting Rugetsu. We advise tourists from the outside to share the island's history. Excuse me. 10 years, October, it's performed, it's not known, passed down. Interaction with the dead or tradition with remembering the deceased. The masked Utsuwa, who is the central dancer in 5 shrine maidens called the Kanada. Clearly the girls that were found are the Kanade. So we still don't know who the Utsuwa was that was for the specific ceremony they were doing. The instrumentalists play music through the whole night of the fantastic Kagura dancing. Each member of the audience observing the Kagura dance wears a mask and holds a candle in their hand. For a long time, the festival was shrouded in a veil of secrecy, but 30 years ago it was open to visitors. Now it occurs every decade. Very important. It's said that any islanders who have gone away from the island always return in the day of the Kagura. I've seen a few extracts compiled of the film. If we're not careful, someone will probably notice, and if this gets out, there will be trouble. Ayako took it and seems to find it amusing, but make arrangements to discard it when she becomes tired of it. Dr. Asuo's mask inquiry. On this island, there's the Kagura during the lunar eclipse. The day of the lunar eclipse, the minds of the living lean towards death. The souls of the dead come forth from the gate of the underworld. Okay, we knew this. Yep. The moon symbolizes the soul of the island, and it's thought the lunar eclipse eats away at the soul. In the literature I read, mentioned a mask called the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. That was said that was once used in the... Okay. There's some very old fragmented literature about the black mask that caused the disaster, the day without suffering. Okay. I think we're putting these pieces together. I tried asking the head of Influential Island fan, but he wouldn't tell me anything with his facial expression. A terrible fright. On this island, touching that mask is considered a serious taboo. Even though it's risky to offend the islanders, I want to see it with my own eyes to examine it. Perhaps a powerful clue. Ooh. Okay, so my question is Dr. Haibara evil, or is he just an idiot? Because he might just be an idiot. Currently, the most promising treatment method is surgery. It's a treatment that works by adding or removing direct stimuli to the brain. At first, because of the experimental nature, we had to overcome many difficulties, but since we started seeing results nearing establishment as an effective treatment method, however, a few days ago, just when we thought the surgery was successful, we had an unfortunate fatality. Having lost his memory and became an empty shell, the patient died, but then his face turned into a bizarre shape. I immediately dissected it, but it was clearly a sign of blooming. The actual cause of failure is unknown. Research on surgical treatment must be continued, but blooming must be avoided. The disaster remains fresh in island folklore. The day without suffering cannot be repeated. Okay. So is the day without... Did, like, half the fucking island bloom? Is that what the day without suffering was? This one is written by Dr. Haibara's assistant. This one probably was too, but let's check it out. Minor case of lunar sedata, memory loss behavior similar to sleepwalking. Characteristically, they vary with the waxing and waning of the moon. When the moon is full, the patient's condition is stable. There's a tendency to go outside, seek moonlight around the new moon. The patients become unstable and increasingly frightened. Once lunar sedata was called moonwalking or haunted walking, which seems to be derived from this behavior. In severe cases, they lose all memory but remain attracted to the moonlight and seek out window sills and rooftops. Then the patient bathes in moonlight. More lucid patients describe the feeling as momentarily regaining something they've lost. A person who has lost their memory will always look up on the moon. An odd symptom can surely happen in a psychologically disturbed individual, but there's no explanation why a group of people would display the same symptoms. Since this peculiarity regards the island, cultural sphere, there must be a relationship to the beliefs and customs. We're almost done. We're almost done reading. This entire stream is going to be me reading. It kind of really is. I'm an official at a Haibara hospital. This is my disposition about the kidnapping incident that occurred some days ago. From the well outside the hospital, this was probably the one who tipped off Kirishima. I heard an echo of a child's voice. At first I thought I was hearing things or imagining, then I hear the voice more clearly. A tearful voice and a different hollow moaning voice. It's the children. They were kidnapped. I can't stand this anymore. Hurry before it's too late. Yep. Okay. Even as I write this, the children are being destroyed. Please investigate the hospital as soon as possible. Thank you! It would be the director, I think. Here's the thing. We know jack and shit about you, Yo Haibara, but considering that one of the people from, like, when the island blew up, basically, when the island blew up, they called out to Yo for help. I would not be shocked to hear that Yo Haibara is like a totally normal guy, but the director of the hospital is either evil or stupid. Like, there's no way around it, because everything they did either caused this problem or was seemingly actively making the problem worse. Like, almost deliberately making it worse. And also it's a horror game, so I feel like he's evil is a little bit... Like, I'm leaning towards he's evil just because I think that would be more narratively satisfying than, yeah, the doctor was a fucking idiot. Like, that's not much of a story. He's evil is a story. He's an idiot is too real. Many of the inventions are based on the theory that special of benefit to be handled that require attention. Here, usefulness was concluded and the treatment was written down. The Spirit Stone flashlight returns memories to the patients. The Luna Sedatus, collecting the moonlight lost memories, are recalled by its light. The treatment forced blooming and its effect. Okay, the treatment forced blooming. So yeah, so he has to be evil. The Spirit Stone radio using a crystal can a special frequency called residual thoughts, namely hearing the request of the dead confirmed. The incest didn't begin with Fatal Frame 5. However, it is strongly thought chagrin and voiced resentment. Here, a person's mind and body eats away at caution required. Spirits are visible with the camera obscura and machine that was handled with spiritual intuition, advantageous possession. Okay, I'm like 99. Okay, I think I'm caught up, honestly. I think we're good. The Morning Shrine is a shrine for the dead. It is feared that the face of the dead change and bloom after death. Okay, so that's the point of the masks. The point of the masks is they're worried that people bloom after death. Okay. When the dead come in contact with a blooming, one must cut. When the dead come in contact with blooming, one must cut off their face, the seed, and destroy it. Okay. So you only need to cut off the face of someone who's died if they are in contact with a bloom. Then the dead shall wear a mask resembling themselves to preserve the face. The mask replacing the dead face, the mask becoming the dead face, the dead becoming the mask. Whoever enters the morning shrine will find their heart troubled and begin to bud. So just entering the shrine is bad. Only those who have been purified and whom the moon shines upon shall enter the morning shrine. But know that entering the morning shrine on the night of the full moon is forbidden because obviously everything pops. Okay, well, that was almost the entire time we had to stream tonight. But at the very least, I now understand vaguely what's happening in this game. There really are a lot of moving pieces in this one, though. And we've got another one! Tomoko Hinuma. Tomoko Hinuma, cause of death, drowning, probably killed herself. Discovered floating in Rigetsu pool by a nurse. She had already entered cardiac arrest when she was discovered. On the night of the Kagura, there were reports of confusion at the time Tsubaki Tono fell unconscious. Luna Sedata crisis began on the night of the Kagura. A scrawled note appeared. It appears to be a suicide note. Typical example of returning after losing oneself within the Kagura. Traces of budding. Face was removed from the body. Wait, they actually removed the face? Rigetsu Kagura is what the wiki says about the purpose of it. We're just gonna look it up. We're just gonna look up what to... Purely a tourist attraction. Go behind the curtain in front of you. Aim the flashlight at the mask. I wonder if it's because I was, like, attacking instead of... Well, that seemed like a spoiler, maid. All of the effort for that. Well, yeah, but now it seems like the dance isn't important, which was like a major part of the mystery. Like, we hadn't got to that part yet. Am I being attacked by multiple ghosts right now? You're gonna play the Dead or Alive DLC for Fatal Frame 5. I mean, if it's a story DLC, probably. Wait. As in the fighting game Dead or Alive? Wait, probably not then. There's a fucking Dead or Alive DLC. Why is there that? You play it as Ayumi. That just seems fucking random. You know, I don't think I own Dead or Alive, like, 5 or something. And I legitimately do not think I have ever played it. What time is it? Ooh, yeah, we are running out of time. Am I still live? What the fuck just happened? Did I drop frames? No? No, I should still be live. Was that a Twitch fuck up? Okay, it was Twitch. It was Twitch that fucked up. Suddenly my player turned off, and I was like, what the fuck? Eh? How can I turn on the power? As established, we have to take a picture of this, or it does not work. Wow! Oh my gish gosh darn, you mean to tell me to turn on the power I have to find the breaker? Oh, wowzers. Oh, gee willikers, who'd have ever thought... Wow, game, really? You could have just said the power's out. I didn't. Why do I have to take a picture of the power being out? Really? Well, come on then. This is the most boring fucking ghost. I think the ghost clipped through a wall. Like, I think the ghost is stuck somehow. This says 2 ghosts. There we go. They got stuck in a fucking wall. The game is pretty jank. Oh, it is so jank. Oh, it's so jank. I cannot. The ghosts can just clip through the walls. I can't even believe that. I cannot believe they got stuck in a wall. Whoa! I'm more surprised I'm being attacked again. You can get Shank. San Andreas held together with tape. Simply flying a plane too far off the map will break the game code. They didn't put an invisible wall or loop the other side. Nope, you keep going until it breaks the game's code. That does not even look like that is interactable. That is just a texture. That is... This is creepy. Our work was temporarily halted. Some of the tunnels beneath the island were found that stopped their expansion. When the hospital was first built, the director's office was put in the basement. What did the director think when they hit these tunnels? On this island... He's gotta be evil, right? Been a cultural taboo. Why was it because of these tunnels? In one of these tunnels, I noticed the moonlight was filtering through from... Yeah, he's gotta be evil. Like, this level of incompetence can't be possible. So clearly Haibara is evil. But what was he trying to do, is the question. Game. You have to stop. It's too much. It's too much combat. It's like, I just killed this woman. Oh hey, did you notice her face? She's wearing a mask. Either which means she encountered someone who blooms. So this is where we first met the black lady. Yo, is that Yo? Yo, is that a random item? Special examination schedule. As planned, the next 5 patients related to the special examination have been arranged. Examination will take place in the director's office. Access is limited. Misaki Asuo, Ruka Yomatsuki, Madoka Tsukimori, outpatients Marie Shinomiya, and Tomoe Nanamura. Okay, let's get it. The unhurriedly scribbled memo attached. Today's choice for the Kagura Kaneda was bad. Without them, it would just be... It will just be an ordinary festival. In previous ceremonies of passage, there was much scrutiny over the choice of Kaneda, a pure, obedient, sensitive maiden. The mask and the music easily devour these maidens. By nature, the festival decides a community's fate, and we must embrace the seriousness and responsibility of the ritual. We must have perfection in the selection, even if that means there must be delays in choosing. Okay. I think that was an interesting little... Yeah, it's hard to imagine he didn't do it on purpose. So why is there a Yohaibara ghost, though? Letter from Soya Yomatsuki. Wait, Yomotsuki? After a long time ago, I finally completed the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. I poured my heart and soul to it, and I feel I gave my everything. My spirit is exhausted. I want to say thank you for your help. Lost documents on the ceremony of passage were restored and the techniques became clear. Okay, alright, so you do need the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse for the ceremony of passage. Above all, I studied the paints that are the key to the mysterious Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, and I've gathered all that were necessary. You will surely see the results you wished for at the ceremony, and the true Mask of the Lunar Eclipse complete. The true Mask of the Lunar Eclipse is by no means the same as the abominable mask of legend, and it will not create the evil day without suffering. The catastrophe was caused because the mask was made by Soetsu. Soetsu was incomplete. Soetsu wrote that this mask will open the gate to the afterlife. Your implacability bore fruit. I must endeavor to protect the mask until Rogetsu Kagura. I will not be present for the ceremony passage, but I'll be praying for its success. Soya Yomatsuki. Okay, so Ruka's dad was the one who made the mask. Okay, that confirms it. That confirms everything we needed. So he made the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, they put it on, and it almost seemed like it worked, actually. Dr. Haibara's notes too. I'm evil! The day of the Kagura nears. The Rogetsu Kagura dance will probably once again overflow with guests. Tourists are coming again. The Kagura dance spreads Rogetsu Island's name and has brought in revenue. Lately, preparations below have not been advancing. Yo has spoken to all the Kanade and the true Mask of the Lunar Eclipse is complete. We must resurrect the ceremony of passage. Okay, the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse made the Shrine Maiden bloom, and she began to destroy the island. Okay, assuming the day without suffering had arrived, people feared and detested the ritual. But as for the true Mask of the Lunar Eclipse and the ceremony for the Utsuwa, it may cure my daughter's illness. Interesting. The Mask of the Lunar Eclipse is my final move in treating Luna Sadata. And the Rogetsu Kagura... Yeah, because you're doing such a fucking great job right now. And the Rogetsu Kagura, the Utsuwa, loses herself of self within the mask, and the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse erases all their memories. They are brought to that essential place. Once there, their self returns and floods into them. Erases all the memories they brought to the essential place. Once there, their self returns at them. The ceremony passes successful. The long battle with Luna Sadata will end. My wife thought the sickness of our daughter was her fault and took her own life. Okay. No, okay, alright. I've waited a long time for that day. Perhaps I won't have to look at my daughter's unhappy face more. But also research are dedicated to my late wife. No, we knew that there was a girl whose mom had killed herself. It had to be Ayako. Because Ayako was brought in by Dr. Haibara. And she's the only one whose name we don't know. Well, no, because we don't know what's going on in the 4th floor. Ruka, Yuko, Magaki, Masaki Asuo, Kagari Sendo. Kagari Sendo is also a character we have to keep our eyes out on. Madoka Tsukimori, Yoriiba. It could also be Yoriiba. Yuriko Sonohara, Kazuto Amaki, Ayako. It could be Ayako. No. It can't be. It can't be this person. It can't be this person because this says that the father is also dead. It might be Ayako, because we know Ayako came on special recommendation from the doctor. That image is actually kind of sick. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. No, I think we're figuring it out. I know I'm just throwing a bunch of shit at the... But I feel like the picture's coming together. I have to say, though, I do have to go soon, so, like... We're gonna have to turn it off at the next save point, which means most of this stream was just me reading, but... Distant note 4. The Lunar Eclipse, the ceremony of passage is nearing. The only tradition which remains from the olden days is the old form of the Regretsu Kagura dance. Okay, alright, so the ceremony of passage is a special form of Regretsu Kagura. The song pours forth from the masked Kaneda. The souls of the dead enter the Utsuwa. The primordial dance that releases these is called the ceremony of passage. The director said preparations have been made for the stage in the underground lunar hall, but the song-performing handmaidens, song, chimes, flute, drums, and strings, are these the 5 Kaneda the same? The dancer, is she really a vessel? And what about the ceremony passage in the midst of the Regretsu Kagura? I can't get rid of this anxiety I have. But I'm beginning to become strongly drawn to the ceremony of passage. It's because I saw the mask. Oh no. Oh no! The mask of Lunar Eclipse. The mask, the soft smile on the brink of tears. The instant anger visible over facing death. The manic feeling when seeing that mask. I still want to see the dance using this mask. No, I even want to be in it myself. It's too late to turn. No! Oh, Assistant Kun. Oh, you fucked every... I mean, technically Haibara is still an idiot. But boy, you really fucked it. Oh, you really fucked it. Oh, no. Why'd you gotta go and fuck it? If you get any patient records, bring them to my room. I'll see them just in case. Separate the weak children out. I don't need any boys either. Oh boy, okay. I think something just loaded in. I literally heard the... It was so weird. I heard it load in. So are you the Shrine Maiden? Like a Shrine Maiden from long past or something? Boom! That's how we do it. Oh, did I take a picture of this one? No, I couldn't have, because I didn't know it was there. Or I'm wrong, and I guess I did. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to... Are you fucking for real right now? I'm gonna have to go. Because I got something else I gotta do tonight. Sorry this wasn't much of a stream, it was just me mostly reading, but at least I know what the plot of the game is, so on next stream, we'll be okay. On next stream, I won't be confused. The ghost won't let you... There's so many fights this chapter. Anyway, yeah, sorry, we gotta call it here. I got something going on, but hopefully everyone had a fun time. I am, like I said, I'm gonna try to get back to the game soon. Maybe even tomorrow, maybe the next day. We will see. But already I'm doing a better job at streaming more often this week than I did last week. So, hey. Anyway, I gotta go. Oh no, 2 hours. No, we still got 2 hours in. That's actually not terrible. It just 90% of the stream was me reading. But at least we know the story now, right? All right. I've been sacrabalic, your envoy of hope. I will see you next time. Bye bye.